Thank you. Well, it's a habit many people would like to curb, but they just don't know how. We're talking about smoking, and our guest this morning says she can help you by not forcing you to do anything. Nancy Casperson is joining us here with more. Good morning, Nancy.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us, Nancy. Now, your program, as I understand, is not typical like other programs are. What exactly does your program consist of?
Well, it's based on a lot of science and education and research, but I turn it into more of a story in a way where it's engaging and fun, and I use a lot of metaphors. And nobody who smokes or chews tobacco needs to understand actually the brain chemistry that happened exactly. So I teach it with a lot of images, and it's very engaging. And I also teach it in an intensive. And the class that's coming up next week is going to be at St. Alphonsus in Boise, and it's 4 nights in a row. So you come, you commit the week, and there's no pressure to quit. It's really about coming and doing what I call getting smarter than a cigarette.
Okay.
And that's kind of my motto. Once people get smart, then they go with their own plan, and they go to their doctor or their family or their counselors, and they put back their own plan, and their quit date might be a week or a month out. But it's based on their own time schedule.
And it's free too, right?
And it's free. So I've been fortunate. I've worked with the state of Idaho for a long time. So the money that supports this program so people can take it free comes from the Idaho Millennium Funds. It's through the health districts. And it's coming from St. Alphonsus. They've been a great supporter for this last year. We've had free programs at St. Al's for an entire year. And besides the free class that they're going to be in next week, they also get my DVD for free, and that's an 8-hour DVD. And that's $350 if you get it off of Amazon. So it's a great incentive for people.
And so as far, you talked about how you make metaphors, you use stories and things. What can people expect in the 4-day setting? Is it more of a conversational type atmosphere, or is it more of a demonstration?
It's actually that's a great question. It's based on, we're teaching it with my DVD because I spent 2 years in the production of this, and it's actually not a film of me teaching. This is a professionally done DVD, like watching a History Channel. So the first hour of it isn't anything about it's bad to smoke or chew, because everybody knows that. The first hour is the history of the plant of tobacco. So I start 6,000 years ago, and then once people understand what's happened to manipulate tobacco today to be more addictive, so it's not a plant anymore, it's a drug delivery system that's been engineered and designed to make it more addictive, and people can kind of start to unravel that. So the 4 evening is with the DVD, but facilitated by me. So it's kind of a combination.
And so you yourself were a smoker, so just quickly, what makes it so hard to quit?
Well, I always tell people I started smoking because I went to a Catholic nursing school, and the nuns were mean. So I started, and even though I only smoked about 12 years and I didn't feel real hooked, it took me years to finally quit. And I think the hardest thing is, and how I define it to people, you have a brain that gets hooked on a drug, but you have a mind that gets hooked on needing the relief and the stress management and the relaxation and the good times and the bad times. So you have a physical addiction, and it locks into a psychological dependency, and that means you wake up and you light your cigarette, and you make your coffee and it's cigarette number 2, and by driving to work, you got to come in, so you're going to have 2 or 3 on the way to work. So it's physical and psychological. So I have what I call my tobacco pyramid, and every brick of this pyramid represents a cigarette or a dip of chewing tobacco. And if you look at it brick by brick, and you start to take down pieces of it, it's not a leap into, I've smoked 20 or 30 years and I'm going to quit today.
But you can start to break down the whole pyramid.
Exactly.
Little bit by little bit. All right, so an interesting approach to it, and hopefully this can be helpful to people in the long run. Quickly, how can they sign up for that?
They need to call my office, which is 342-0308.
Got that right up there?
Yep, that's my office, and they need to register. It is at St. Alphonsus in Boise in the conference center, and if they call, they can bring a support person if they need that. It's been a great class. We've been doing it for a year at St. Al's and had wonderful success.
All right, and if you can't sign up for September, there's October and December.
Yep,
so
we're funded actually for another year through St. Alphonsus Hospital.
Lots of opportunities.
Lots. Thank you very much.